Hi everybody, so today we're going to look at subatomic particle calculations, and we're specifically going to focus on 2003 question 4. These generally come up as a question 4, so they're worth about 7 marks, give or take. Okay, they're usually the same, which you're asked to find out either the number of protons, neutrons or electrons, two of the above, shall we say. So in this case here we're asked to find out how many electrons and how many neutrons has this chlorine ion here have. Okay, so I'm going to write out that chlorine ion again, because I don't particularly like the way it's written. The chlorine ion is always negative there up above here. Now, generally we put the atomic number on top and the mass number on the bottom, okay, which I'm going to do now. Okay, that's how we see it in the periodic table, okay. You'll always know which is the atomic number, which is the mass number, because the atomic number will always be the smaller number, okay. Now, it doesn't actually matter what you put on top or on the bottom, okay, but I just prefer it on top myself, okay. But as long as you're able to recognize what's the atomic number and what's the mass number, you're going to be fine. Now, let's have a look. We have an ion here, and the atomic number represents the number of protons in the nucleus of an atom. Okay. Now we know if it's a neutral atom, okay, the number of protons and the number of electrons will be the same. But in this case, it's not neutral. Okay. So it's a negative there. So that means there we have an extra electron present here. Okay, we have an extra electron present. Okay, because electrons are negatively charged. So for I there, we're actually going to have 18 electrons. Because if you think about it, we have 17 protons, and if it was a neutral atom, we would have 17 electrons. Okay, but we have an extra electron, so therefore 17 plus 1 becomes our 18 electrons over here. Okay, and that's it. Okay, don't overcomplicate it. You're not asked for anything else really, apart from that. Now, how many neutrons has the chlorine ion have? Okay, so we know our formula. Actually, I'll just write it out all together here. So our mass number equals the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. Okay, so if I wanted to manipulate that formula there, okay, it's now going to be the mass number minus the number of protons, and that would be left with the number of neutrons there. Neutrons. Okay. So we have our mass number. The mass number is always a bigger number, so that's 37 over here. So 37. And our number of protons is 17. So minus 17, okay, equals 20 neutrons. So we have our two answers there, okay? Again, if you just write out the formula and then manipulate that, really it's not difficult at all. And it's a handy one to get the marks in. So that's it for this one really. There's nothing else to it. Thank God. And I'll be doing a few more as we're going on, and we'll talk then.